Once upon a time, in a village nestled between emerald mountains and a crystal-clear river, there lived a couple named Ayaan and Zara. They were blessed with a beautiful baby boy, whom they named Noor, for his smile could light up even the darkest of days. Their life was simple yet filled with joy, as Noor was the center of their world. In the same village, there was an ancient temple dedicated to the goddess Amara, the protector of children. Every year, the villagers held a grand festival to honor her, believing that she watched over their little ones, keeping them safe from harm. One fateful evening, just before the festival, Noor suddenly fell gravely ill. His tiny body burned with fever, and despite all their efforts, Ayaan and Zara could not bring him relief. The village healer, wise but limited in power, looked upon the child with sorrow. "It is beyond my skill," he said, shaking his head. "Only the goddess Amara can save him now." Desperate and with no other hope, Ayaan and Zara rushed to the temple, cradling their frail son in their arms. They knelt before the idol of the goddess, tears streaming down their faces. "Please, Goddess Amara, save our Noor," Zara cried out. "He is everything to us. We beg you to heal him." As they wept and prayed, a soft, golden light began to fill the temple. The air grew warm and sweet, and the fragrance of jasmine blossoms surrounded them. Suddenly, the idol of the goddess glowed with life, and before them stood a radiant figure, Amara herself, her face serene and eyes filled with compassion. "I have heard your prayers," the goddess spoke in a voice as gentle as the breeze. "But know that the balance of life and death is not easily altered. There is a price for every miracle." Ayaan and Zara, trembling with fear and hope, replied, "We will pay any price, goddess. Just let our Noor live." The goddess gazed at the sleeping child, then turned her eyes back to the parents. "I will return his life to him," she said, "but when I come again to the village, he will return to me. This is the only way." Without hesitation, the parents agreed, for in that moment, all they wanted was to see their child breathe again. Amara touched Noor's forehead, and instantly, the fever broke. His tiny chest rose and fell with the steady rhythm of sleep, and his color returned. The goddess smiled, then faded away, leaving behind the scent of jasmine. Noor grew strong and healthy, and the family's happiness was restored. The villagers rejoiced at the miracle, and the annual festival in honor of the goddess became even more sacred. But as the years passed, Ayaan and Zara could not forget the goddess's words. They knew that one day, she would return, and with her, she would take Noor. When Noor turned 7, the festival arrived once more. The village was alive with music, dance, and laughter, but a shadow hung over Ayaan and Zara. They held Noor close, never letting him out of their sight, fearing that this might be the year. On the final day of the festival, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, a golden light filled the village. The people gasped as the goddess Amara appeared, as radiant and beautiful as before. She walked through the crowd, her eyes seeking, until they fell upon Noor. With a heavy heart, Zara stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "Goddess, please, not yet. He is still so young." The goddess smiled gently. "Fear not, Zara, your love has been great, and your son's life has been full of joy. But his time in this world is brief, as are all lives. Do not mourn, for he will dwell in my realm, where he will know only peace and light." Ayaan knelt before the goddess, holding Noor's hand. "Take care of him," he whispered, his voice breaking. "Let him be happy." The goddess nodded, then reached out her hand to Noor. The boy, sensing no fear, smiled up at her. As he took her hand, his form shimmered, becoming light, until he was no longer there. A golden glow lingered in the air for a moment, then faded away with the goddess. The village fell silent, and the stars above twinkled brightly, as if welcoming a new soul among them. Ayaan and Zara stood together, holding each other close. Though their hearts were heavy with grief, they knew their son was safe, in the care of the goddess who had loved him as they did. And so, each year at the festival, they remembered Noor with love, knowing that he was now a light among the stars, forever shining down upon them.